Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live show match action coming at you right now. Will be IcePhyre and ToXSiK. Another ZvZ going to be coming at you. It will be another best of 3 here. So this will be the last ZvZ I think we'll do tonight. I do promise that. We'll try and get some more like Protoss and stuff like that. But one person we're going to be looking out for here pretty quick is we want to get Niter in. I know a lot of people have been asking about getting Niter back in to play some show matches for us, so we'll try and do that. Looks like we're going to have a slight pause action here for just a moment, but we're going to be beginning on Daybreak here for these guys. IcePhyre and ToXSiK spawning as teal and blue of all things. Now, it's not nearly as bad as pink and purple, but it's still a little bit difficult to look at sometimes in a Baneling war. Makes it difficult to see who is who sometimes. But that's okay. Looks like we're going to be going for some serious pause action. Yikes, IcePhyre. What the heck? But ToXSiK does not have a problem as long as he does not get caught off guard when it comes time. When it comes time. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Okay, so we'll do what we can do while it is paused. The only thing you can do is zoom in and zoom out. Woohoo! That is always tons of fun. So IcePhyre is definitely holding up the show here. There we go. Back into it. Looks like ToXSiK will be our blue, spawning up here in the top right-hand corner. Down here in the bottom left, it is IcePhyre spawning as our teal. Gotta love this ZvZ action. Both of these guys fairly highly ranked masters. I'd say mid to high level for both of them. IcePhyre is a member of Team Alt, so he's on the home team here. So those of you who are loving Alt Starcraft, you're gonna be rooting for IcePhyre here. But ToXSiK, always fun. He's got a great attitude, and I like his playstyle quite a bit. He does tend to play a little bit passive aggressively, so I kind of half expect to see him start with defensive play here. But he's also one of those players that can throw curveballs. He knows when to get aggressive, and sometimes doesn't mind trying to catch his opponent off guard. So we'll see how that's going to go. Now, IcePhyre, we all know, is a complete wild card. He can do absolutely anything. He's one of those guys that will attack all sorts of different directions. They're fairly early in the game. Go for some serious aggression. He'll do drops and Nidus worms and just all sorts of different things. I mean, you just can't guess what IcePhyre is going to do, because that will make you absolutely dead wrong, because he just will throw so many curves at you. Always something new. He does have a spawning pool going down here. It was a 15 pool. And it looks pretty good, though. Looks like ToXSiK doing this basically the same thing here. IcePhyre's pool was slightly ahead there, not by very much, but the gas for IcePhyre is going down in pretty good time. Probably going to see that speed come out of him here in just a few moments. Probably the same thing for ToXSiK, although it will be a few seconds delayed comparatively to IcePhyre. Checking on that units tab, we do have 16 for IcePhyre, 15 for ToXSiK, so pretty nice little drone count there, but IcePhyre trying to pick up that extra one just a little bit faster. It looks like that may start to pay off for him. We'll see if he's going to get aggressive here or not. That's always my question for IcePhyre, is how do you decide when you're going to be aggressive or try and play passively in a ZvZ? And he's like, most of the time I wing it. Just pick one out of thin air, and then those other times comes up with some, it's based on scouting. And right now he doesn't have a phenomenal scout on his opponent. However, it looks like ToXSiK is going to go for some lings out across the field and take an expansion behind this 4-ling aggression. IcePhyre is going to cruise out with his 2 lings just to gather some intel here and tossing down an expansion of his own. Both these guys expanding right around the same time, just around the 4-minute mark. It's going to be pretty nice. Speed is on the way for both players, and IcePhyre is slightly ahead, but only by a few seconds there. Goku rooting for IcePhyre. Ice Cold rooting for IcePhyre. I like it. Good old players, these guys. Here's your lings for IcePhyre. They do cruise in, try to pick up a couple kills there. Did he actually kill somebody? Yeah, he did pick up 1 worker kill. Back here at his base, he is enduring a little bit of aggression as well. ToXSiK trying to take that down. He's trying to deny this hatchery, but that's not going to happen. Notice that IcePhyre is going to be grabbing a Baneling here. And that's going to put these guys at risk here fairly quickly. Oh my goodness, he should be able to take all these lings out. Boom! Nicely done. He's also starting to get the kill on the supply depot. 5 lings now on the field here for ToXSiK in this forward position. Looks like IcePhyre should be able to hold these guys off. Let me see what we're up to now. 7 lings here. IcePhyre trying to stave these guys off. That baneling worked there fairly well, but he only took out a couple. Looks like his lings did too much work too soon. And ToXSiK with a lot of lings still out on the field, but IcePhyre should have just barely enough to hold on here. Oh my goodness, he's going for a counterattack in the meantime. Couple lings trying to get up here in the face of these banelings. The queen there for protection of the banes. I like that. It looks like IcePhyre trying to defend with as little as possible, and now he's going to put some aggression on. Does take out a couple lings there fairly quickly. Now in range of the queen, however, and that is going to put him at a loss. Back here at his base, he does have those banelings in a defensive position and a heck of a lot of lings. And it looks like ToXSiK going to have to be wary as he moves forward. Does not have a baneling nest of his own, so he's really trying to make this happen with lings. And here comes your banelings. Oh, that would have been a great time to bust those lings into smithereens. He is going to be backing ToXSiK out here, it appears. But the baneling is going to stick here at the back for defense. 1 ling at a time now going to be going in. Looks like they should be able to clean up these banelings. Oh, wow. Lucky there. Only would have taken 2 more hits. It looks like IcePhyre is going to go for that counterattack. Trying to get the snipe on the queen. The queen does go down. Now that's a big pick there for IcePhyre. And he still has quite a few lings. Trying to get the snipe now on the spine crawler. Forcing the cancel. Almost getting the drone kill. And looks like ToXSiK does have plenty of lings here for defense. But IcePhyre going to go ahead and hit that mineral line before he does get obliterated. Didn't even pick up a drone kill, but that's alright. All in all, it's a great trade. Units lost, though, does show that IcePhyre is slightly behind, and now ToXSiK cruising back out across the field with these lings. I'll tell you, the back and forth between these guys is phenomenal. Nobody willing to give up here at this point. Gonna make it happen one way or another. Now it's a best of 3, game number 1, so they've got plenty of opportunity to make this happen. I think in a best of 3, but oh, baneling, so close, so close, baneling. Baneling with only 2 Zergling kills there. Not super effective, but that's alright. There we go. Now that baneling got a good bunch of kills. That's going to put IcePhyre ahead here for just a few moments. ToXSiK losing just a couple extra and is going to have to back out. Let's just see what that looks like on the units lost. IcePhyre is still behind. That means he's been spending a lot on those banelings, and ToXSiK has been doing very, very well, being cost-effective with just lings so far, and it's actually fairly amazing. It does speak to the level of play we're dealing with here, and to, you know, ToXSiK in general. I mean, what a phenomenal player. Notice he's going to be grabbing his lair here. I'm assuming we're going to see some Mutalisks out on the field in just a moment. We got 1 baneling in that made it into that mineral line. Didn't quite pick up the kills, but he did soften these guys up, so 1 more baneling could be exactly what he needs here. Oh, a baneling nest is going to go down for ToXSiK, and I think we're going to see Mutalisks though behind this. Yep, he's got that. Oh wow, IcePhyre's got the spire going down already. I was like, wait a second, that's not ToXSiK. That is IcePhyre. Wow. So IcePhyre with his spire, he does have his 2 base up and running. He's about to get to his 3rd and 4th gas, mining as quickly as possible. There we go. Wants to have enough gas to produce those Mutalisks, and he is going to beat his opponent to the punch there. Notice that ToXSiK grabbing his baneling nest though is going to start to rely on those banelings a little bit to deal with the now very, very large Zergling baneling army of IcePhyre. A couple more spines go down. ToXSiK has an extremely defensible position here. He's got lings cruising around the map here, just checking to see if IcePhyre is going to take and expand or not. Looks to be pretty good. Now IcePhyre does have, I think, a lead here. Yeah, no, he doesn't. ToXSiK actually has the economic lead. But here comes the attack from IcePhyre. He's going to try and remedy that. Good bunch of lings. They do run up against those spine crawlers and know exactly what to do. Back out is what it is. And so backing out he will do. But does he have any mutas in production? Yes, he does. 6 of them just now popping. There's 4 of them, and they're going to join up here with a couple more. 7 of them, actually. 7 of them. He's got a couple more in production. He does have flyer attack level 1. Notice that ToXSiK does have his own spire here shortly behind. Not too far, but he is going to be behind, and it's going to give IcePhyre the jump on this tech, which could mean that ToXSiK is going to take a little bit extra damage here early on, and that could make all the difference. Here come your mutas. They are going to go for some harassment. Looks like ToXSiK going to go for a counterattack here at the same time. Queen, though, not going to last very long at all. Looks like this mineral line is going to suffer greatly. ToXSiK not going to be happy about this. IcePhyre getting a lot of damage dealt. Here comes your Queens trying to defend these guys off while the rest of his mutas. ToXSiK building his own mutas right now, but they're not popping out nearly soon enough. Here they come. Is it going to be enough to deal with these guys? It may. Oh, yeah, they're going to push them away. But look at how many Queen snipes that IcePhyre picked up there, and that is what's really carrying him forward at this point. So many Queen snipes. That is going to slow ToXSiK down very, very much. Notice that both of these guys securing their third base, and we are going to see a counterattack here from ToXSiK. He's going to cruise in here, should be able to deny this third. No banelings here for defense, so the lings will get cleaned out. ToXSiK going to be able to blast these guys to smithereens, and here comes your mutas as well. Mutas for IcePhyre. Backing out. Yikes, he's taking a lot of extra damage there. He does have +1 complete. He does have the upgrade advantage, and he just needs to be careful with his micro. You can't back away. You just have to engage. That's the way it works with those guys, man. You just go for it. Backing out usually will get you killed in a muta versus muta. A move, they say, is what you want there. But it looks like ToXSiK backing out here nonetheless. He did deny his opponent's third and did secure the third of his own. And that is going to start to put him a little bit ahead, potentially. Units tab going to show that IcePhyre does have the drone supremacy. But ToXSiK not too terribly far behind, and that extra base will help him get that economy back on track, considering the losses that he took. Muta's in the center of the map. Looks like ToXSiK is way ahead in his muta count. And that is going to really be that's going to force IcePhyre to either go straight into muta production here, completely non-stop for just a little while, either that or start to play very defensively for a bit, or even get out some hydras. And here comes your attack. Looks like this mineral line is going to be in severe shape. A lot of death's going to go down here, and is IcePhyre going to be able to defend this? A move from ToXSiK, man. I'll tell you, he's doing a heck of a lot of damage. Going to snipe the Spire. That is really going to slow IcePhyre down. This may actually cost IcePhyre the game. Down goes that Spire. IcePhyre now in just terrible shape. He, however, does have his Hydralisk Den now out on the field. And how many Hydras does he have in production? Just 2. Uh-oh. Not enough. Not enough. 2 cannot produce anymore. His Hydralisk Den is dead. Oh, wow, he is trying to secure that third again, but man, he just does not have the units that he needs at this point to make this happen. He is going for a counterattack here with a bunch of lings, but the defense here for ToXSiK is absolutely going to hold, and this attack is going so extremely well. There you can see these guys a little bit better without those bars, but look at that, so many mutas here just blasting everything to bits. And there's the GG from IcePhyre in game number 1. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Game number 2 will be coming at you here in just a few moments, so don't alt tab, always alt Starcraft. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 of this best of 3 coming at you. It is going to be between ToXSiK and IcePhyre. ToXSiK did take down game number 1. He held on there just long enough. IcePhyre with a great attack, I think, with his mutas, but somewhere along the line, he just sacked too many of them, and it just gave ToXSiK the opportunity to overwhelm him with those Mutalisk numbers early on there. So, beautiful play. Looks like game number 2 is going to be on GSL's Terminus October. ToXSiK will be spawning at the 12 o'clock position. He is our orange Zerg, and down here at the 3 o'clock, it is IcePhyre. He is going to be our teal Zerg. So, good looking spawn positions. I like this map. It's enormous. And it could mean that we're going to see a macro game, but you know what? When it's ZvZ, just about anything is possible, especially when you have Zergling speed and Baneling speed and things like that. And I mean, Zerglings even without speed are quite frankly pretty fast to begin with, and fast enough to make it happen and make some early aggression happen. But it looks like ToXSiK, both of these guys actually gearing up in about the same fashion, I think, at this point. Slightly different timings on their drones there. I think one of them did go for an extractor trick there. Looks like ToXSiK going to go ahead and take his gas, getting that down first. We'll see how IcePhyre is going to proceed, but I'm assuming we're going to see him go for his pool. Yep, there is his pool. Pool first here from IcePhyre. Going to see his gas come down, though, fairly shortly. ToXSiK tossing down his pool just now. Looks to be a great time. His gas going to start mining here, I assume, very quickly as well. and that is going to mean very early Zergling speed for him. Back at IcePhyre's base, we do have a gas now going down. It's going to delay his Zergling speed just a tiny bit compared to ToXSiK, but not going to be a bad position. And this is not game ending at this point. But you do want to keep track of those things in ZvZs. Those timings can make a very big difference. So good stuff though. So far so good. Standard openers. It is 15 to 15 on that harvester count, and we're just doing the exact same build here at this point. Exact same build. Both these guys trying to get some scouting out. ToXSiK cruising around the wrong side of the map. He will eventually find his opponent. But it looks like IcePhyre does scout his opponent very quickly with that Overlord. Is now going to get this Overlord in place to scout when his opponent's moving out. Nicely done. Zergling speed is going down here for ToXSiK in great time. Should have that out here in just a few little moments. And IcePhyre taking an early expansion. How very interesting. He's going to try and take advantage of how large this map is, as well as the fact that he did get a fairly early scout on his opponent. Now back here at ToXSiK's base, we do have 4 Lings just now popping. These are the first 4, and they're going to start cruising out across the field. Notice that IcePhyre does get a scout on these guys, so should see them coming, should know exactly what to do. He does have 4 Lings of his own in production. Probably going to see 2 more in just a bit. Notice he is grabbing his metabolic speed boost. But let's see, ToXSiK is about 50% ahead on his. And that'll make a big deal. That makes a big deal. That'll give him a pretty solid window where he can take advantage of that upgrade. ToXSiK going to cruise down here to the hatchery. Going to start working on that here fairly quickly. Oh, ToXSiK going to get the better of IcePhyre there. IcePhyre engaged just a little bit too quickly. He needed to engage 4 at a time against 4. Looks like he should be able to clean it up this time. But ToXSiK backing out there fairly quick. Here comes his reinforcements. And Zergling speed is complete for him, so now IcePhyre for just the next couple seconds has got to be super careful. ToXSiK going to take these guys down. Look how quickly he does that. Brutalizing those guys in every sense of the word. We do have our queen at the ready. So not a bad little defensive position, as well as a roach warren, and now we've got a couple roaches in production for IcePhyre. These guys are going to be in position for ToXSiK though to take down this hatchery. Potentially, IcePhyre does need to be careful. Finally, he's got that Zergling speed, though, out on the field. He's going to lose these Lings, however, and that's a lot of Lings right now for ToXSiK. ToXSiK did secure his natural, but this attack is going so very well. I think that he may be able to make this happen, actually, here in game number 2 very quickly. Going to snipe this hatchery for sure. Here comes a roach. Looks like he should be able to pick off a couple of these Lings. No, they're going to back out for just a moment while these broodlings are running around like crazies. And look how many Lings we've got out on the field. These roaches not able to block that ramp, which means this guy's going to get surrounded. These guys going to be okay here for just a moment in this position, but I'll tell you, this many Lings now out on the field is just brutal. IcePhyre supply blocked here. Looks like he did lose his forward Overlord, and that is absolutely no good. And here comes your Lings. The Queen going to get sniped here for sure. And man, there's just not enough Lings on the field for IcePhyre to deal with this. I think ToXSiK going to take this down 2 games in a row. Beautiful play. He's got all of these Lings now cruising in. We've got one more Spine Crawler going down up here in this main mineral line. It's about to be complete, but this is the last ditch effort here. IcePhyre does buy himself some time to let that Spine Crawler complete. Pretty nice positioning there. I would like to see him, I don't know. Couldn't tell you exactly what I'd like to see him do. I mean, ToXSiK's just way ahead. He's sniping this roach here. That roach just absolutely useless. Wasn't able to pick up any kills or anything like that. He's got 2 roaches up here in his main. He's going to go for a small attack here, but I mean, the time that ToXSiK has had back in his base has been absolutely phenomenal. Notice he's grabbing a lair here. So probably going to see him go for, I would guess he's going to go for that Mulisk play again. I would like to see him grab that second gas here right now if he is. That's alright. Looks like a small attack going to be coming out for IcePhyre. It's just a couple roaches. And if this does not go well, I do expect to see a GG out of IcePhyre here. ToXSiK going to go ahead and get a little bit of a surround, weaken these guys up. Should be able to kill off at least 1 or 2 of them. Here comes your roach reinforcements from IcePhyre, and they are not going to happen either. All these guys are going to die. ToXSiK in phenomenal shape here. And here comes all of your drones too. IcePhyre going to try for an all-in. We do have one spine crawler here. The spine crawler may be more than enough defense to take this down, especially considering the amount of links that ToXSiK has now out on the field. Moving forward, though, he's getting caught out of position. That's actually big for IcePhyre. Going to get the surround on that spine crawler, trying to take these guys down. Lings now surrounding these roaches, and ToXSiK should be able to defend this pretty well. That spine crawler now only at half HP, picking everything off, and IcePhyre going to have to GG here, I think. Beautiful play, though, from ToXSiK. He got aggressive, stayed aggressive. So many Lings. IcePhyre may have just committed to that roach play a little bit too soon, costing him the game. Popsicle stick. That is, I agree, man. It is kind of a joke. Nicely done there from IcePhyre. He gave it the good old college try, but I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do here. I think I'm going to GG for him if he doesn't GG himself. But ToXSiK, he doesn't have any reason to do anything but tech up now. He can do whatever he wants. He does have 9 mutas now in production. Those guys going to start cruising out across the field here in just a moment. He does have his flyer attack level 1 on the way, but I mean, what can IcePhyre do at this point? He's going to have to sit back in this defensive position. I don't know. I mean, this would be GG in my book. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what he thinks he's going to be able to accomplish, so we'll see what it is. But this is going to be his last-ditch effort. Here comes your mutas, and he doesn't have an answer to Mutalisks at this point. So this has got to be a GG scenario at this point, in my opinion. But a couple Lings from IcePhyre. Looks like a big push here. 2 whole Lings cruising out across the field. This is going to be a game ender, I would believe. Look at that. Oh, my goodness, this army is humongous. I'm just kidding. Here comes your mutas. Queen going to go down, and that is it. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt tab, always alt Starcraft. We will see you guys in our next show match. It will not be a ZvZ.